everyone, Leafie here and welcome back to a brand new video. Today is part 2 of the renovating my desert village on my Minecraft SMP. So today it's going to be a little bit of a different video. So I'm going to be playing every day of the week and each day renovating it that little bit further. So today it's going to be a bit of a longer video, but as you can see, day 1, here we are. I'm building a house. This is because we only have like 4 houses so far, I think, and there's a lot more villagers that need homes. So this one is completely different to the other ones that I built in last episode, but I think that this is a lot better, but it does take a very long time to build, so I did cut parts out. So it's like this massive tower house thing, so there's leaves going all around it. I think this is a pretty cool idea, so it's like vines going up it, but yeah, it took a super long time to build. If I remember correctly, I think it took about an hour. By the way, Chugga and Swag, if you're watching this, I do not tolerate you guys calling me stinky. If you want to be chucked out of the SMP, well, I can't really. Chugga owns the SMP, but you know, whatever. On this build, there's a lot of textures, you know, there's a lot of leaves going on, there's like more, there's different like bricks in there to make it look more like textured. Then there's also like stairs to make it look like there's like dents in the house and there's bits missing and things. So I did use lots of inspo for this one house as well, because I'm not good at building in the desert as of yet in this build. This is because, like I said in the last video, I'm just not used to it at all. But with the inside, that was all me because I only had a picture of the outside, so that's why it doesn't look that great. So yeah, even though it's this massive house, it still has the exact same amount of size because I can't treat the villagers differently. That's unfair, that's poor behaviour, and I would just never do that. It's rude. So anyways, like always, I just connected it onto the path and then it was good to go. It looked really nice. I was really happy with it and like happy how it turned out. So off camera, I built another house. This was just because it was going to take a long time. I used completely my own imagination for this one. I did not use any inspo whatsoever. And then here is me just transporting some villagers. These ones don't have trades because they're just like little ones that Chugga set up. So then I just broke down this old building that was there from Chugga because there's no villagers in it anymore, and then I just transported some of the things that was in the chest to their original villagers. Then I just built another house and it was an exact copy of the one that I built off camera, so I suppose if you want to, this is how, if you want to see, this is how I built it. So yeah, it's quite a simple design really. It's just basically just a box house with a door and a window and a roof as well. And some leaves on the outside as well, if you're into that kind of stuff. I don't know. So yeah, like I said, these houses do take a long time to build just because of how much design really goes into them. Yeah, then I just put some leaves going across the top to make them look like they're really growing out of hand, you know. And then I just tried to make it look like like I said before in the other build, that the house was old and broken and basically turning into rubble. So yeah, the houses are really nice for the villagers. However, they are slightly falling apart, but it's okay. It's not a design flaw. It's just how it's meant to be. So it's fine. The houses will not fall apart unless I just get angry at some of the villagers. Then they may fall apart, but not because of structural issues, because of my anger issues. Please laugh. Please laugh. So anyways, here I am on day 3, trying to get all of these villagers in a boat. This was very difficult because I don't know why, but when Chugga made this building, he crammed all of these villagers in this tiny little spot. So I had to break down all of the beds, all of the workstations, and I just had to try and get them all in boats. I mean, obviously it was like 2 to a boat, so then when it came to transporting them, I'd have to separate them. But this was the only way that I could do it, because I had no room whatsoever, because when Chugga made this, it's such a small building and there's so many villagers, and it's so difficult to just get them all in boats. And I don't know why it was so difficult, but it was. Trust me, believe me, it was. I don't know why half of these villagers are in here, because they don't even have good trades. But yeah, that's Chugga's doing. I had nothing to do with these villagers. He spent days on these actually, so I kind of feel bad, but I don't really, because it's Chugga, so, you know, he deserves everything that he gets, good or bad. So, yeah, so then I just cleared the path, making sure that they was able to get out. Then I turned this guy into a butcher because he didn't have a trade, and I thought butchers was a very good way, like how to get emeralds and food. So here I am embarking on a journey to go and find some pigs, because that's what he wanted. He didn't want the pigs though, he wanted what the pigs were made of. So I was flying around with my elytra. This was not a very efficient way to do things because I was wasting rockets. So I tried to use my trident, but this was a very slow process. And then I found this guy. You may recognize him from the Dream SMP. His name's Shroud. He is very good friends with Tommy, and I mean, he's kind of a celebrity, so I just had to take a selfie with him. Yeah, and then back to killing the pigs, unfortunately. But yeah, it's fine. It's okay. It's okay. So then I was flying around again. Like I said, it's not a very efficient way to do things. But then I found something else, a pink sheep. And I swear these guys are like super rare. So I had to take a screenshot with this guy as well. And as you can see on the screen here, I cannot see it because I cannot read writing that small. But I'm sure you can. But it said that it was very rare. So I took a screenshot with that guy as well. And so that's 2 exciting things I found on my journey. Which made the journey a little more happy, exciting, whatever. I mean, it was still very, very, very boring. Flying around, trying to find pigs. They were basically non-existent. I don't know why there was like a deficiency of pigs, but... So then I just traded all of the meat that I just went and collected for a massive whopping 3 emeralds. Wow, was it worth it? No, not really. But I was just basically trying to level this guy up. Then I accidentally hit him with my sword. I really did not mean to do this, but then he was angry at me and then wanted to charge me extra. And I googled what to do. It said to either throw bread at them, trade with them, or just leave the village for a few days. So I threw bread at him, didn't work, traded with him, and yeah, that also didn't work. But this was honestly just an honest mistake. I did not mean to do this, guys. Yeah, yeah. As you can see, I was trading with him, but he was still angry at me and charging me like expensive amounts of pork. But it's fine, I suppose. But then I just bought some meat anyways because maybe that would cheer him up. But it did not. So I decided I'll just leave him be and he'll be fine. Then I came back and he was still very angry, but I came back with coal this time to maybe make him happier, but I don't see why giving coal to someone would make them happier, so this was a silly thing to do. I would not be happy if someone gifted me coal. It's a very sad thing. But anyways, I suppose it was leveling him up still, not very much, because not only is he charging me expensive amounts, but he's not leveling up at the same rate, which is sad. So then here is me trying to get sharpness 5 from a librarian. This was a very lengthy process, so again I sped it up heavily. Then I went in the village hut, stole an axe, because I did not have one, because Chugga stole mine, and this process was taking way too long by hand. So this literally went on, I can't tell you how long this went on for, but it took at least 30 minutes just for this one clip here. And then I checked, and he got mending for 18 emeralds, which was not what I was looking for, but 18 emeralds for mending, that was pretty good. So I just went out and made sure, because I knew we had mending villagers, but I was just making sure that they were more expensive than that, because I was pretty sure that they was 30 emeralds usually, which I was right about. So I didn't know why this one was so cheap, so I went, checked all the villagers, every single one of them, and every single one of them was like 30 emeralds. So, I mean, I know you can get cheaper prices by like zombifying the villagers, but that's like a lot of effort. So, anyways, I got a crafting table and decided I'd make some paper to trade with this guy to lock in the trade, because I just thought this was too good to be true. So yeah, I locked in the trade, and that was that. I was done with this guy for today, because yeah. So anyways, moving on to the next villager. Today I am actually trying to get sharpness 5 again. Now this is also a very lengthy process as well, but it's fine. Then this guy decides to give me mending again, but for 14 emeralds. That's 4 emeralds cheap, and I was so angry. You can just look how smug he looks. Like, you can just see it in his smirk in his face, and I was just not happy with him at all. So then I re-rolled, and he gave me mending again for a little more expensive, but still cheaper than the one I just locked in. But anyways, after a very lengthy process, I got sharpness 5. Which was a very good thing, because I needed to upgrade my sword, since, again, Chugga stole mine, as you can see in this video right here. I think it was a very rude thing to do. He was clearly more powerful than me, but he still let me embarrass myself on the internet. But anyways, here we are again, building another house. Yay, how exciting. It seems like that's all I do these days. But it's fine, it's for the villagers. It's fine, it's for them. I can deal with it if it's for them, for their gain. So this was yet again another new house idea. No inspo, nothing, just my pure imagination. So this came out of my pure imagination, because I'm just that good at building. So I did cut out quite a lot of this, because I can imagine how bored you are of watching me build houses by this point. So I did cut a lot of it out. You're welcome. So yeah, I did really like this house idea. I think it's one of my favorites, especially since, you know, it came out of my brain, my precious little brain. Then, like always, I connected the path. However, it was a new row of houses, so it had to go all the way behind all of the other houses. So anyways, then I started building another house. Yay! How exciting, I know. This one is another one of that. It's another one of those big houses, you know, those tower ones. That one that I built earlier, that really tall one. It's another one of those. Just because I think it really looked nice, and I really wanted there to be another one in the village somewhere. However, they are very time consuming just based on how big they are and how much like effort has to go into them. So I cut a lot of it out again. Then I just decorated with some leaves like I do always. Just make them go around the house a bit like vines, and then put them into the walls as well. Then I just created the roof on the inside. So just make it sort of go down into the house, and then sort of spiral it round, I guess you could say. I don't know how to explain it, but this is what I did. Put some lanterns in because we don't want heebie-jeebies spawning, and then put some chests down and a bed because we want our villagers to sleep nicely. Then I just cleared up some of the land where it's not sand around, so yeah. Then I connected the path again. And then I built another house. Wow, so exciting. This is another one next to the big tower that I built a second ago. This one, it's another one of those because I think these look really nice as well. And I think it'd look weird having there be just one of them. So I decided to build another one. Here I am, clearing the land again. How cute. Oh my god, I'm such a people pleaser. Wait, no, that's not what I meant. I'm such a nice person. That's what I meant. I'm such a nice person. I like to please the people. So here I am building what I thought was the final house, but it wasn't. Don't worry, there's another one. I can't remember what I was building here. I think it's just another one of these what I just built. Pretty boring, I know. So here we are. I finished building it. Whatever. I cut out all of the footage because I know how boring it must be, you know, watching me build the same thing over and over again, you know. But I quite like it. I think it's quite relaxing. I don't like it. I went through so much effort doing this. But anyways, here I am back with the villagers, and now I am trying to separate them into separate boats to get them out individually, because if there are two in a boat, then I cannot fit, just simply because I cannot. Okay, so there needs to be only one in a boat, not two. Then I put this guy into his little home. Aw, how cute. Oh my god, how sincere. And you know how I said earlier on in the video how they're not going to be treated differently? This guy is, because he's got a massive bedroom and he's got a massive pen to sleep in. I just called it a pen like his flipping rabbit or something. I don't know. So anyway, yay. Then I was looking at which villagers are good and which are bad. This guy was bad. I did this without thinking of the consequences, so sincerely I am sorry, because now all of the villagers are charging me double what they should be. So I did not think this through, but it's fine, they will get over it, just like they always do. They always get over it, it's fine. Then I just cleared the path, and I'm bringing this guy home. His new home, or his new prison. It's up to you what you want to call it. This guy had awful trades, so again, sincerely, I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. You can tell I'm not sorry because I keep doing it. Then I transported this guy to his little home as well. Ah, how cute. So we was getting down to the last few villagers now, which was a good thing. I was so glad. So glad, because I hate them. I hate their voices. I hate their faces. I hate it. So anyways, I cut out some footage. I'm just transporting them all. It's not that exciting, I suppose. So here I am building the final house, day 5, the final day. This is the last house because I thought I was done building them all. Clearly not, because there's still one guy left. So this is back on, not the first row of houses, the one opposite the first row of houses. So it's just where that massive hut filled with villagers was. So yeah, it's just a little simple house. I've already built like a couple of these with the same design. So yeah, I just didn't want to do anything too spectacular because at this point I was bored of building houses. There was so many. I built so many houses. There's so many houses. I didn't even build that many. I think I built like 12. Oh my god. I built 12 houses. I built 12 houses. That's exactly how many I built. That's quite a few. I wasn't sure how I was going to finish this project, but I'm certainly glad that I did. But anyways, then I just went around the village putting in these little lampposts because I wanted to make an effort to try and get that to stop mob spawning, because I know the mobs can't get to the villagers, but it just makes me nervous. And I know it makes the villagers nervous, and if they get nervous, then they won't trade. I need their profits. So I put these all around all of the paths, literally everywhere, so that there was no chance of mobs spawning. So yeah, that was my aim. Inevitably, I just didn't want any zombies, any husks, any creepers, skeleton. I didn't want anything there. But obviously, there was still going to be some spawn, so I had to take extra precautions. So I put lanterns in between the houses where there wasn't paths, so that it it lit it up a bit more. Then I just cleared some area because I'm putting a wall around the whole entire thing, because like I said, I don't want there to be any mobs in this village, and obviously mobs can't hop over walls, so I thought this was just going to be another good option. And also, if they do get in, then the iron golems will kill them because there won't be that many. This iron golem did not want to get inside the wall. I ended up having to hit him. It was a very scary time. He just wouldn't get in the wall. It was actually starting to make me mad, but it's okay. So I put this thing around literally the entire village, so that if the villagers ended up escaping, they couldn't, they wouldn't, they shouldn't, but if they did, they would not be able to get out anyway, and stuff can't get in, which was the main goal. So then I just filled in the floor with some more sandstone to make it look nicer. I went around putting lanterns on the walls as well, so they can't spawn on the outside of the wall as well, just to be extra cautious, and then put more sandstone down because we don't like regular stone in this village. No. So then it was time to transport the last villager. He is the very last one. This is the last time that you will ever see me doing this, because I'm never doing a series like this again, because this was so stressful, so time consuming, and I'm tired, guys. I just want to sleep. So anyways, here I am trying to build a statue of something to look over onto the village, because I thought that'd look nice. So I'm clearing out the area, and I don't know if you can tell by the blocks that I'm using, the type of colour, but my idea was to build a Statue of Liberty type thing, but instead of the Statue of Liberty, it's like a villager. This was actually quite difficult to build. I did use some inspo on it, but I didn't do it as complicated because that was way too difficult. So I kind of just did my own thing in a way, but it was still very difficult to do. So it doesn't look the best, but it kind of just looks funny, which, you know, if you can't make it look good, then just make it look funny, so then it looks like you meant to make it look bad. So this was very time consuming as well. I think this took about half an hour just to build this statue, but I think it was a nice little addition, so that when you're in the village you can look out onto it, and when you're with the statue of villager, I don't know, what should we call it, guys? What should we call it? Comment down below what should we call it. So when you're stood here with the statue, you can look down onto the village, and I think that's very nice. So obviously I had to include his massive nose, because, you know what, it kind of looks like Squidward, you know, looking back at it, but it wouldn't be a villager without its massive nose. Sorry villagers if you can hear this, they're actually not allowed electronics or allowed to connect with the outside world, so they won't see this, so it's fine. God, I'm making it really sound like prison. The villagers are fine, don't worry, they're in good care. That's what I want you to think anyways, and that's what they think, but they're not. Anyway, so to build the crown type thing that's on its head, this was actually probably the most difficult part, because I just was unaware on how to do it. It wouldn't work, and it just looked like he had tentacles growing out of his head, really. it was quite difficult, but I did something in the end that made it look alright. I mean, like, it doesn't look good, but it looks okay. Like, I'll settle for it, you know? So he kind of looks a little bit weird, but it's okay. It's the thought that matters. So then I had to build his other arm that's holding the torch. This was never gonna look good, no matter what I built. It was hard to build a torch because I didn't really know how to do it. I had this idea of putting magma blocks in there, but it just didn't look good whatsoever. So I changed it to glowstone in the end. And this little handle wasn't connecting to the top right. I just couldn't figure out how to do it, but it's done now. It's fine. So this is how it looks, and then I just decided to put some end rods on it to make it glow a little bit more, make it look a bit more fancy. I think it was a good idea. I think it looks decent. However, the end rods on the eyes make it look like pupils, and they don't look good. But anyways, it's okay. Then I just created a little stand so that it looked a bit more real, like it wasn't just placed there, you know. I'll probably edit it in some time, like the grass around it and such, but anyways, here is the build. I really hope you enjoyed. This took literally so long you don't understand, so if you did enjoy, please consider dropping a like and subscribing and commenting what you'd like to see next, because this video has been my whole entire personality for the last 2 weeks, and I need new ideas. So here is a slideshow of some of the screenshots that I took of the village. So like I said, please consider subscribing and drop a like if you enjoyed, and comment down below your favourite parts of the video and what you'd like to see next. Goodbye guys!